There you go. Governor Rick Perry, it is good to see you again. We've done this before.
Yes, we have.
Congratulations.
Welcome back to Texas.
Always
glad
good,
you're here.
Always good to be here. We've talked before about your formula, and if you let me paraphrase it for you, it's basically business-friendly regulations and don't spend all the money, essentially.
Well, that's the economic side. And, obviously there's workforce. There's, I disagree with them on the quality of life attributes that they talk about. There's incredible quality of life in the state of Texas. As a matter of fact, the cultural arts are making huge inroads here. Fort Worth, new Museum of Modern Art. The Bass has built one of the finest symphony halls in the world. I think Dallas now has 3 performing arts facilities. Right here in Austin, Texas, a new performing arts facility, a new Museum of Modern Art. And tonight in Houston, Texas, more theater tickets for sale than any other city in America outside of New York City.
Let me give you a little bit of insight into the quality of life ranking since you brought it up. 35th, which is not good. It's not just things like that. It refers to health care as part of what's going on there. And and this has been in the news this week, that Texas has a problem with uninsured people not getting health insurance. You have, as we know, decided not to go ahead and accept the Medicaid expansion, which could have put more people on the insurance rolls. Anybody that's followed you for a while knows that you probably were going to do that. But it's a business issue as well, isn't it?
I mean, anybody that's followed Texas would know that Texans have chosen how to deliver health care and make health care accessible. And the issue is that's what Texans want to do. I'm sure you can go out and find someone who disagrees with that, but by and large, Texas decided a long time ago that we weren't going to burden people and force them to buy insurance. If there were catastrophic events that happened in their life, they were going to be able to have health care. I mean, health care and the access to health care is very available in the state of Texas. You don't have people from around the world travel to Texas if we didn't have great health care here, whether it's UT Health Science Center, whether it's UT Southwestern, whether it's MD Anderson, the Texas Medical Center. That's some of the finest health care in the world. So, again, this gets down to allowing states to make their decisions. Right. And that's the reason that we told the Obama administration, no thank you to the exchanges, no thank you to expanding Medicaid, because it's basically a failed system. It is bankrupting states today. And socializing health care is not going to make it better and make it more accessible. And I will just finish with this one thought, that the idea that you expand a program like the Medicaid program we have today is not unlike adding 1,000 people to Titanic. You're on your way to failure here. So let's stop, let's rethink it, and let's get a good system in place. We'll be open to that.
But getting past that, I mean, as I said, not a great surprise that was the decision that you made, but 1 in 4 of your residents don't have health insurance. And yes,
but that's what this decision that the people of the state of Texas have made. And we appreciate you coming, and people are moving to this state at record numbers, Scott. And if this place was going to hell in a handbasket, people would be moving to another state. They're not. They're coming to Texas, and they're coming here because there's still a land of opportunity in America. It's called Texas.
So you don't feel as though that is, as our numbers reflected, an economic problem, that there are people that don't have the access that they might.
No, we have access to health care. Again, this is a semantic issue. Do we have a number of our citizens who don't have health insurance? Yes, we do. But that's decisions that the people of the state of Texas have made.
Let me ask you, this was one of this whole record here, what we're celebrating here, America's top state for business, was what you ran for president on. Is there any bit of a sort of I told you so here as you look at Governor Romney and some of the issues that he's been dealing with particularly over the last week or so, that you were talking about during the debates, squaring Romney care and Obamacare, and what you called vulture capitalism, his business career? Is there any part of you that says this is what I was talking about, or what do we think about that?
Here's what a whole lot of me says, that the choice between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney is about as stark as you can get. And that's the choice Americans have to make today. If you want somebody who wants to force your state to go into government-run, Washington-centric exchanges, expand the cost of government, then vote for Barack Obama. If you want someone who has business background, who said that he will repeal Obamacare as one of the first things he does, then you probably need to vote for Mitt Romney. I'm certainly going to vote for Mitt Romney. I'm going to support him in every way that I can, because he will get this country back on track. What we've done here in the state of Texas, David Dewhurst, my lieutenant governor that has worked loyally with me for over 10 years to help create this environment in the state, both of us understand that there is a clear result of having low taxation, a fair and predictable regulation, and a legal system that doesn't allow for oversuing. We passed loser pay the last session of the legislature, another level, if you will, of protection for the business men and women in the state that want to risk their capital. They know they can do that in the state, and that's the reason they continue to move here in record numbers or expand.
Governor, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Governor, this is the other Scott, Scott Wapner. It's good to talk to you. Congratulations on what I know is a great honor. You've been highly critical, as we all know, of the Federal Reserve in the past. You've called the actions of Ben Bernanke treasonous, in your words. And I'm wondering...
I think I said it was almost treasonous.
Okay, well, it's close enough. I'm wondering, in light of this great honor from CNBC, if you're willing to concede that, in part, it's because of the Fed policies, in some sense, that your business people have been able to invest money.
I'm not taking that bait at all.
Interest rates have remained low.
Scott.
But let me finish with all due respect,
Scott,
sir, if you would.
Scott, they're spending money we don't have. That's the issue. You can print money until hell freezes over, but the fact of the matter is, if you will stop spending money, the economy will strengthen substantially faster than what we've seen. Don't even try to get me to buy into the fact that printing money and Ben Bernanke's policies are one of the reasons that Texas is doing as well as
I understand, but it is an environment where interest rates are low. It's easy to make investments. You have people down there, farmers and folks buying heavy machinery for the oil systems that they're running. I mean, you do get where I'm going on that, whether you agree with it or you're willing to take the bait or not, sir.
No, I don't agree with it at all. The price of interest, I will suggest to you, is not the reason that people are coming to the state of Texas. The interest rate's the same all over the country. They could go to any state and get the same interest rate. The reason they come here, the reason they expand here, is because we don't overtax them, we don't overregulate them, we don't overlitigate them, and we don't spend all the money. And people know that there is a stability in this economy. If America is looking for a blueprint to have economic freedom and prosperity, they could look at the state of Texas. God forbid for Washington to look to Texas and not take some of the concepts that we put in place for a decade now and know that they work. Quit spending all the money.
One piece of advice for some of the other states, what would it be, Governor?
Well, certainly I would ask them to stand up with us and a chorus of other governors that are standing up and saying that we're not going to go into these exchanges, that we're not going to expand Medicaid, because what you're doing is continuing to put America's future economically in danger by spending money that we don't have.
Governor, do you hear from the Romney campaign at all?
Yeah.
And what do you hear from them? What are they talking about? Is there a place for Governor Rick Perry in a Romney administration?
Well, certainly I think there's a place for the governor to be talking to governors like myself, Scott Walker, to talking to Rick Scott, to a host of governors who are having very successful economies in their state, Bobby Jindal. We've all got good relationships with Mitt, so I suspect that he's going to have that really good back and forth with people who have practical knowledge of how you keep the American economy going, and you allow states to compete against each other. I will suggest to you, on the Medicaid issue, if they want to have in all across this country people who have better access, more affordable health care, block grant to the states, back, not one size fits all like we're seeing out of Washington, D.C.
Rick Perry, the governor of the state of Texas, congratulations once again for the third time as America's top state for business. We want to